3 decisions that control people's entire lives. They're happening right now as people are listening. Most decisions are made unconsciously. And like 48% of what we do, depending on which doctor you read, is about habit. What's great about habit is you don't have to think. What's bad about habit is you don't change, right? And so most people make these decisions unconsciously. But what are they? 1, you decide every moment of your life, you're making a decision consciously or unconsciously what to focus on. So if you focus on the worst scenario, of course, you're gonna feel sick to your stomach, right? And then you find out it's not true and you're fine, right? Focus equals feeling. But there's patterns of focus. Some of the biggest achievers are always focused on what's missing because they're always trying to get to the next level. So what happens? As a result, when you're always focused on what's missing, you cannot sustain happiness. It has nothing to do with how intelligent you are. It's just like software. So you always look at what's missing, so you never feel fulfilled or alive, right? And so you keep being on the hamster wheel trying to do more, and it's never enough. That's what people end up being, pushing and pushing and pushing, and you see them burn out, you have everything, and they're miserable. Second pattern. And by the way, we all do both. It's just where do you live more? And most people focus on what's missing. Well, what do you think happens to somebody who's constantly focusing on what's missing and constantly focusing on what they can't control? They're gonna be pissed or angry, overwhelmed, or stressed or depressed. Most people who are unhappy and frustrated, which unfortunately is the majority of humans, most people are not happy and thrilled and have a great body and a great relationship. We all can, but very few people do because they're focused on the past and usually they can't change it. Or they focus on a future that they're concerned about. The first decision is focus. Then the second decision is, what does it mean? The minute you focus on something, you gotta, what does it mean? So you wake up and feel like shit, what does it mean? Well, I effed up last night. The meaning creates your life. But when you said emotional home, what I learned is that people have an emotional home. Like some people, I'm sure you know, no matter what happens, they're pissed off. Or no matter what happens, they're worried. They worry about other people and themselves. Or you know somebody that's not funny, but they think they are. And no matter what happens, they have a good time, right? Like if you think, you know, God is punishing you, that's why this is happening, which some people do, or God is challenging me, or is this a gift from God, this problem? Or isn't it got nothing to do with God? I'm just a lazy bitch, you know, I'm not doing anything, right? Or is somebody dissing me? Are they disrespecting me? Or are they challenging me? Are they coaching me? Are they loving me? You know, or relationship, is it the end or the beginning? You think it's the end of relationship, you behave very differently than the beginning relationship. So the meanings we select change how we feel instantly. And because we have habits of meanings, people have habits of emotion where they kind of live. So you see people in some part of the country and you feel for them, like they come by and a cyclone destroys their home or a flood or whatever. And then you see them picking up what's left of their life and you pray for them, you care for them. And then 3 years later it happens again, and 3 years it happens again, and you go like, why don't they move? You know, because it's what they know.
Right.
And we have an emotional home that we rarely move from, that we find a way to get back to. But if you change these 3 patterns, what you focus on, what things mean, finding empowering meaning, and then what you do is controlled by how you feel. If you're pissed, you're gonna behave differently than if you're feeling good. So those 3 patterns literally control your life.